Yo, what's the deal, peeps? So, I was about to go to sleep and I couldn't because um my ear wasn't properly detoxed. And what I mean by that is when I was using the hydrogen peroxide, I had pressed the Q-tip deep into my ear where a lot of the hydrogen peroxide was able to penetrate through deep into the ear. So it settled into the inner ear. And what I had to do is I had to force a Q-tip into the inner ear. I mean, at least that's what I'm thinking, but that's how it feels in my head. It's not like, I don't know if that's actually the inner ear. It's just me pressing really deep. The Q-tip goes pretty far in, more than you know, and without hurting yourself. And I was able to get the olive oil deep into my ear, which they were using that inner ear to focus sound or energy or whatever. So I was able to get the olive oil past that and inside, and it just pretty much turned off whatever the fuck they were doing. Hopefully, we'll see once I go back to sleep. But since I was talking about radiation and plants and stuff like that, these are some of the plants that I am going to be trying pretty soon. Hopefully, I knock their asses out of the ballpark like always.
Man, that shit's weird because like the quality is just fucked up. I like shopping online.
All right, check this out,
A lot
people.
of people are concerned about the dangers of bad radiation, and for good reason too. What if there were plants that could neutralize? A lot of people are concerned about that radiation. The common snake plant has proven to neutralize radiation. The trick is you have to place it between you and the source. Everyone knows about aloe vera, but the trick about the aloe vera is all in the liquid in the leaf.
All right, so it wasn't cactus that I was talking about. It was aloe vera. And you don't want to get the bottled kind. You want to get like organic. You want to actually cut a piece of organic aloe vera plant, just like how you see right here. And I would scrape some of that and use it to cleanse your ear. I don't know how it acts once it dries and stuff like that. So this is just something that, I'd be willing to try, but I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. So I will be letting you guys know. And hopefully it works and fucks them up even better. And puts these fucking pussies in their place, like I said.
This liquid is able to absorb this harmful radiation. This beautiful trending plant known as the asparagus fern is incredible at absorbing radiation. Just like the snake plant, you have to place it between you and the source. Its radiation stopping power lies in the roots. Just make sure it's never allowed to dry out. And the absolute best one that grows in the hottest and harshest environments, go figure. The cactus is incredible. You can place it anywhere in the entire room and it'll stop the radiation. These plants have been known to neutralize radiation from nearby cell towers. That's how powerful they really are.
Did you know? Did you know?
I was told, specifically, that there's something coming and to survive and to help others survive. Don't try to stop it. You can't stop it. Don't try to interfere with it. You're not going to be able to do anything. Just survive. Because the most important part is being there for humanity after this happens, because people are going to be needed with critical skill sets, with leadership ability to bring back those who are shocked and weak and have no idea what to do, that lack the skills necessary to survive, that people are going to be needed to rebuild society. And this is where we're at. this is where we are. This is where we're at now. We're here. We're at that point.
Yeah, no, we're going to go through the juncture of all these changes here. So, there's only 3 events that are left to happen before, like, the reestablishment of a new world is, the first one will be this catastrophic ozone loss at the end of the year here. Second, in a very short year following that, we're going to come into this magnetic field anomaly in 2024 as the Earth passes through 2 looping toroids. After that, the Earth's going to swing out in front of the sun, and whatever's out there, all the gravitational pull from the sun and everything in the entire solar system is directly behind us. So we're going to get whacked with a huge amount of debris. But as we swing back past the sun, then it's kind of it. That's it. The chapter's over. We know that is the chapter of reset.
Then, like I was saying, the water we bathe in, like I was saying, could actually be more dangerous than what we ingest. How could that be?
Yeah, it's true. You see, when we drink water, our bodies filter some of the bad stuff out. That's not ideal because it's still in your system. But when we shower or bathe, our skin absorbs all the contaminants like chlorine and stuff that's in the water 6 times faster than if we can drink it. And you know what? It's amazing. Of all the and chlorine could be the worst contaminant that's in our water. I always find it ironic that the stuff that they put in our water to make it safer is probably the most dangerous stuff in there, chlorine.
And a lot of people may not have known that there's chlorine content in their tap water, but you say that it may be the worst thing in our water. Why is that?
You know what, Alex? Because chlorine's poison. That's why they put it in there, to kill the bacteria that would grow in our water. But chlorine's been linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and cancer. And, the EPA says we get 300 to 600 times the levels of chlorine in there that they think are safe. Let me show you something. Okay. This is ordinary Tucson tap water. It's the same water.
There you go. You're pouring it in the other glass.
Yep. And these are pool test drops that you test your backyard swimming pool.
Yeah.
So if it turns yellow, drop 5 drops in there.
Look at that.
If it turns yellow, there's chlorine in there.
Instantly.
Yep. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swish my fingers around in this one a little bit to simulate taking a bath or a shower. Drop the same number of drops in the same water.
I don't see anything. So you're telling me that in the 2 seconds you had your fingers in that water, where did it go?
Every bit of that chlorine was absorbed through my skin, and now it's going into my bloodstream. That's what happens when you take a shower or a bath. That's how fast the chlorine is absorbed into your system.
When we use so much water
Sipping on straight chlorine, let it ride right over me. The beat is a chemical. I gotta switch your water, people.
Let me give you a little known fact today that will increase your effectiveness in anything you do. Now, while this has long been known by the most successful people of the world, it seems to have escaped the great majority. Before you can do something, you must first be something. Before you can do what you would most like to do, you must first become the person who can do it. If you can get a mental image of the person you would most like to become, begin now to act as that person would act in everything you do. Then, in every situation, you make the kind of decisions you think that person would. This is the way to constantly grow into a better, more effective person. Gradually, imperceptibly, you will actually become that person. Now, your life will not be transformed overnight, but steadily, day by day, you'll grow into the image you hold in your mind. Let me give you a little known fact today.
Bacteria, not viruses. So, not bacteria, not viruses. So, fungus.
Yes, that's the usual response. Fungi seem harmless enough. Many species know otherwise, because there are some fungi who seek not to kill, but to control. Let me ask you, where do we get LSD from?
Where do you get it from?
It comes from ergot, a fungus. Psilocybin, also a fungus. Viruses can make us ill, but fungi can alter our very minds. There's a fungus that infects insects, gets inside an ant, for example, travels through its circulatory system to the ant's brain, and then floods it with hallucinogens, thus bending the ant's mind to its will. Fungus starts to direct the ant's behavior, telling where to go, what to do, like a puppeteer with a marionette. And it gets worse. The fungus needs food to live, so it begins to devour its host from within, replacing the ant's flesh with its own. But it doesn't let its victim die, no. It keeps its puppet alive by preventing decomposition. How? Where do we get penicillin from?
Fungus. Dr.
Von Heist, you're in distress.
Fungal infection of this kind is real, but not in humans.
True, fungi cannot survive if its host's internal temperature is over 94 degrees. And currently, there are no reasons for fungi to evolve to be able to withstand higher temperatures. But what if that were to change? What if, for instance, the world were to get slightly warmer? Well, now, there is reason to evolve. One gene mutates, and an Ascomycetia, Candida, ergot, Cordyceps, Aspergillus, any one of them could become capable of burrowing into our brains and taking control, not of millions of us, but billions of us. Billions of puppets with poisoned minds, permanently fixed on one unifying goal: to spread the infection to every last human alive by any means necessary. And there are no treatments for this, no preventatives, no cures. They don't exist. It's not even possible to make them.
So if that happens,
We lose.
Oh boy, that was a bomb drop. Let's go.
Blue Brain Project in Switzerland. They have combined Blue Brain Project. They have combined many different types of technologies, and what they have done is they have essentially created a type of MRI that can scan the entire brain. And I mean all of the intricate structures of the brain itself. What they have discovered is that some of us have in our brains 4th, 5th, 6th dimensional structures already in our brain. Now think about that. There are other people that they have done the same thing with that have 7, 8, 9 dimensional structures in their brain. Some have 10 and 11 dimensional structures already in your brain. Now you're a third density physicality, and yet in your brain you have, it's called the Blue Brain Project in Switzerland. They have combined.
y'all to see that life. I want y'all to see that life is great. Your life is great too. Have a good time, man. Have some fun. Having fun is okay. Get some love in your life, whether that be another person or just loving yourself, man. Love is good. Spread love. Spread love. I want y'all to see. Fantasy started 2 years ago. 3 years ago. When?
I don't know what these tower things are, but this chick obviously is using them for something, but I don't know if it's like to reduce the radiation or pull the radiation to the ground to help her plants grow. I'm not sure exactly what that is.
All right, so if the
These fantasies started 2 years ago. 3 years ago. When?
2 years ago. It's always the same. It starts the same way.
How? Tell me.
Prepare for the noble war. I'm calm. I know the secret. I know what's coming, and I know no one can stop me, including...
All right, so if the world goes to crap and you can't get to a doctor, what are you going to do if you get sick? Is there one herb out there that is like the king of all kings? Yes, my friends, there is. Oregano. All you're going to do is fill your jar halfway up with dried oregano. Once you get it halfway filled up, you're just going to fill it with organic, extra virgin olive oil. Once you get it filled up, you're going to want to stir it around so that it's all mixed up. Once you mix it up, you're probably going to have to add a little more extra virgin olive oil because it's all mushed down. You're going to set this in a dark, cool place for 4 to 6 weeks. At the end of that 4 to 6 weeks, you're just going to strain it out, put it in a dark jar, and anytime you feel yourself coming down with a sickness, take a dropper full. This is a natural antibiotic. Got an earache? Put a few drops in your ear. Got a bad wound?
Let's go, boys. Like I told you guys. Oh, these cowards are about to get squashed like fucking pathetic loser fucking pieces of mierdita that they are.
Of you. Where did you go to medical school? I did not go to medical school. I'm sorry? I did not go to medical school. That's what I thought. Why do you think you or anyone else at Twitter had the medical expertise to censor a doctor's expert opinion?
Our policies regarding COVID were designed to protect individuals. We were seeing...
You guys censored Harvard-educated doctors, Stanford-educated doctors, doctors that are educated in the best places in the world, and you silenced those voices. My next question is, did the U.S. government... Oh, excuse me, I have another chart I want to show you, Ms. Gaddy. I have another tweet by someone with a following of a full 18,000 followers. This person put a chart from the CDC on Twitter. It's the CDC's own data, so it's accurate by your standards. And you all labeled this as misleading. You're not a doctor, right, Ms. Gaddy? No, I'm not. Okay. What makes you think you or anyone else at Twitter have the medical expertise to censor actual, accurate CDC data?
I'm not familiar with these particular situations.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not. But this is what Twitter did. They labeled this as inaccurate. It is the government's own data. It's ridiculous that we're even having to have this conversation today. It's not just about the laptop. This is about medical advice that expert doctors were trying to give Americans because social media companies like Twitter were silencing their voices. I have another question, my last one for you, Ms. Gaddy. Did the U.S. government ever contact you or anyone at Twitter to pressure Twitter to moderate or censor certain tweets? Yes or no?
We have a program.
Did the U.S. government ever contact you or anyone at Twitter to censor or moderate certain tweets? Yes or no?
We receive legal demands to remove content from the platform from the U.S. government and governments all around the world. Those are published on a third-party website, and anyone can review
Thank God for Matt Taibbi. Thank God for Elon Musk for allowing to show us in the world that Twitter was basically a subsidiary of the FBI, censoring real medical voices with real expertise that put real Americans' lives in danger because they didn't have that information. I also want to thank one of my colleagues, Ro Khanna, because as it turns out, censorship isn't just an important issue to conservatives. Some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, like Ro, found this censorship very concerning, and even wrote to you and to folks at Twitter that he was concerned about the First Amendment being censored. So I want to thank him for speaking up and speaking out about this issue, because this should not be a partisan issue. This should be an issue that's an American issue. Mr. Chairman, I would like to enter into the record, I ask unanimous consent, to enter into the record a Wall Street Journal article from December 9th, 2022 by Justin Hart entitled "The Twitter Blacklisting of Jay Bhattacharya." May I ask of you, where did you go to medical school?
The parasite wormwood, the parasite-killing, cancer-fighting super herb. Wormwood is used to eliminate intestinal parasites from the body. This includes pinworms, roundworms, and tapeworms. It's said to destroy cancerous cells and contains antimicrobial and antifungal properties that are said to fight against E. coli, salmonella, and candida. It's said to eliminate symptoms of Crohn's disease, aids with digestion, treats SIBO, and helps to stimulate menstruation. Wormwood is said to support...
Little black capsule is better than Shilajit. 100% serious. So this is made of birch chaga mushroom, which is loaded in fulvic and humic acid. The same stuff that's in Shilajit, except it's not in that annoying tar substance. And it doesn't take...
To all of the colors and textures that make up the that people get cancer in the United States, and the reason that we have completely lousy outcomes is because medical doctors are driving the research bus.
Nuclear attack. There's an alert from the EAS system, the emergency alert system. Within 10 minutes, the president will let you know if there's a national emergency.
Alright, peeps. I'm getting tired now. Hopefully these videos pretty much prove my point and where we're heading. I'm chillaxing. I'm comfortable right now, laying down on my pad. not really worried about these fucking fake ass perps. They already lost so many times.